We arrived at Helios. The planet, a vast desolation, was marked by the agony of its dying star. The distorted sky, tinged with apocalyptic colors, reflected the solar storms that tore through the space-time around it. Every ray of light escaping from the star seemed like agony, and the planet was in a state of constant collapse, as if time and space were fragmenting. The star is dying, and with it, the whole system, I thought, observing the devastating scene. But what they are trying to do here could destroy more than just Helios. The air was charged with unstable energy, and the sense that the universe was in a fight for survival was palpable. Something was happening on Helios, something that forced us to be there, and whatever it was, could not be ignored. The atmosphere of Helios was suffocating. The sky, distorted in apocalyptic colors, was filled with solar storms that lit up the surface with a faint, macabre light. Every ray that struck the planet seemed to carry a sense of agony, as if the star was dying, taking the whole system with it. And this sense of death spread throughout the place. We knew we had a mission, but what we were about to face seemed beyond anything we had ever lived through. The ritual the Obsidian Horde were attempting to perform was not just a physical battle. It was a portal to the primordial evil, Nyxar, which was sealed at the core of Helios. If released, this cosmic being had the power to consume the entire universe. And that was what the Obsidian Horde wanted. To destroy everything. I couldn't let that happen. Not after everything we had already faced. We have to stop them, no matter what happens, I said, my voice firm as I looked at the team. Nyxar cannot be released. If that happens, everything will end. We moved across the surface of Helios, each step heavier than the last. The space-time distortions began to surround us, making the environment even more alien. The planet was in agony, and the space around us seemed to twist, bending and contorting in impossible ways. I could feel reality trembling, as if each moment was a failure in the very fabric of the universe. It was then that we saw the first creature, a shadow that shouldn't have been there. It emerged from a tear in space-time, moving in a way that defied logic. It was as if the very existence of that thing was an aberration, a distortion of everything we knew. These creatures don't belong to this time, I said, already wielding my weapon, the weight of the mission bearing down on my shoulders. We're entering a place where the rules of the universe no longer apply. The creature advanced, its body stretching and contorting as if it were in a different dimension. It wasn't a physical being, but something else, something that existed outside of time and space. I prepared for the confrontation, my body moving instinctively. The space around me distorted with each movement, making the fight even more difficult. But there was no choice. Either we fought, or reality would be destroyed. The battle was brutal. Every strike we made seemed to pierce more than the creature's flesh. It was as if we were breaking the very laws of physics. And as we progressed, more of these creatures appeared, as if the planet itself was sending these monsters to prevent us from completing our mission. But we couldn't stop. Every second we spent there brought us closer to stopping the ritual. We needed to reach the portal before it was too late. I knew the real challenge was still to come. If the ritual was completed, there would be nothing we could do. But for now, our fight was against the impossible. Time, space, and these shadow creatures that fed on everything they touched. "Let's keep going," I said, my voice calm despite the pressure. "We can't fail now." And so we continued, facing the distortions and shadows, knowing that if we failed, the last hope of the universe would be lost forever. The core of Helios was approaching, and with it, the terror intensified. The distortions in space-time were now palpable, as if every step was taking us deeper into a corrupted reality. Shadow creatures, fed by the rifts in the fabric of the universe, constantly emerged, challenging our resistance. Each one seemed to reflect the decay of the planet itself. "These things, they are the reflection of this place," I said, striking one of the shadows with my blade. But no matter how much we destroy them, more keep appearing. The space around us seemed to contort, as if the planet itself were trying to swallow us. As we descended, the air grew denser. The pressure was almost physical, and the cosmic energy emanating from the core distorted everything around us. I could feel my perception warping, the line between reality and illusion fading. "I think we're starting to see what Nyxar wants," said one of the team members. His voice strained. He was seeing things that weren't there, hallucinations. The environment was consuming us from the inside out. "This isn't just a fight against the creatures," I said, my mind trying to stay strong. "We are being consumed by this place. We need to keep going, or everything will be lost." With each step, the feeling of disorientation grew. The power of the core was affecting us, creating visions and distortions. The hallucinations were as real as any shadow. I saw familiar faces, but I knew they were only illusions. The truth was clear. If we didn't resist this influence, the mission would end right there. The physical and psychological battle was only beginning, and with each step, the risk increased. I couldn't allow the team to lose their sanity, but each of us was on the brink of collapse. But the mission was clear. There was no turning back. Finally, we reached the core. What I found there was more terrifying than any creature or hallucination. Nyxar, a primordial entity, a cosmic demon that devoured billions of civilizations to fuel its power. Its presence was overwhelming, as if the universe itself was dying. "You don't understand, Nolak." It spoke directly into my mind, its voice echoing in my consciousness. "The universe is rotten, corrupted by the excess of life and creation. Chaos is the only path to true order. Join me, and together we can recreate the cosmos in our image." Its offer was tempting, the power to restore balance, but at an unimaginable cost. The destruction of everything we knew. The idea of being able to shape the universe with my own hands was hypnotizing. But I knew what it offered wasn't just power. It was the total annihilation of what made life meaningful. I couldn't fall for that trap. Nyxar was the true threat. It wasn't just a physical enemy, but a cosmic force that threatened the very concept of existence. As I tried to resist the temptation of Nyxar, a deeper truth began to form in my mind. It wasn't the Obsidian Horde that was in control of this ritual. They were just instruments. Nyxar was manipulating Zaroth like a puppet, playing a cosmic game that went beyond anyone's comprehension. Zaroth, like all others, is just a piece in my game, Nyxar revealed with a dark smile. He is my way back, and now you are the key to finish what we started. This paralyzed me. Zaroth, the relentless commander, the leader of the Obsidian Horde. He wasn't the real villain. He was being used by a much greater force, a primordial evil that not only threatened our universe, but was manipulating all its players. Now, I found myself facing a moral dilemma. How could I destroy Zaroth knowing that he too was a victim of this cosmic game? The line between good and evil was dissolving before my eyes. The battle against Nyxar began, and it was everything I feared. The distortion of space-time made every movement a desperate effort. The shadow creatures multiplied as Nyxar's energy intensified, threatening to crush us. There is no choice anymore, I thought, feeling the weight of the moment. The universe needs balance, not destruction. We, the last defenders of Helios, united, focused our strength to close the portal. The cosmic explosions around us made the fight almost unbearable. I knew that if we failed, chaos would consume everything. The dying star above us began to collapse, and the planet was disintegrating. The planet's cry of pain echoed as the cosmic chains wrapped around us. But we succeeded. The portal closed, and Nyxar's presence dissipated into the vastness of space. Helios was still dying, but the destruction of Nyxar brought a slight sense of victory. However, the price was high. The planet was crumbling, and the wave of destruction reached us. All the sacrifices we made, everything my team and I had been through, none of it could prevent the end of Helios. But we had a greater purpose. Even amidst the collapse, we fought for life. We escaped from Helios, but the weight of the victory didn't bring me peace. I looked into the emptiness of space and knew, with a chill down my spine, that the fight wasn't over. Nyxar, that cosmic being, was only the beginning. What the Obsidian Horde were trying to unleash wasn't the end, but just a step towards something much darker, older, more powerful. What they tried to do was just the beginning, I thought, the words echoing in my mind. Something much more terrible is about to awaken, something that could consume all races and civilizations in the universe. The threat is more primordial than any of us could comprehend. I knew we had to prepare, because the real battle was just beginning, not just an ordinary battle, but the final battle that will define the future of the universe. Don't miss the last episode.